All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Kinga Vida with Execute Your Intentions, and I am so excited again to be here with my good friend, Professor Rao. And today is one of the most exciting presentations that we have, or interviews that we have, because he has written the book that I've been most excited about, which is his memoir.
Yeah.
Now, he has an fascinating life and has been a philosopher and been through so many trials and tribulations, but we're going to get through that. So I'd like to introduce my friend, Professor Rauer. Say hello.
Thank you for inviting me. I think this is the fourth time you are interviewing me, so it's a great honor and a pleasure to talk with you. And this is a book. I think you are having this book. Let me also
Yes.
show my book. It's a very unique experience. You are having book in your hand, and I am having the same book in my hands. It's a very unique experience. This is the book, a very famous book, and
Yes, it is.
it's a best-selling book. And for this book, His Holiness Dalai Lama, the Nobel laureate, has written a foreword for this book.
Yes, I know. When I saw this, and I had already been following you and friends with you for quite a while, and I ordered this and saw Dalai Lama, right here on the cover, and
Okay,
and
okay.
and I was reading it. Gosh, it's so relevant to today's world. I mean, you're able to really tap into things that are evergreen. They're ideas and concepts that I think are just so timeless. And so I'd love to get into this, starting from let's go all the way back. You're writing a memoir, so I think we have to start from the beginning here. What made you write this? What inspired you and say this is I need to write a memoir? Let's start
Yeah,
there.
it's a wonderful question. In fact, before COVID, I was planning to write my own autobiography in the year 2019. And I was inspired by various leaders, especially leaders like Mahatma Gandhi. And I read thousands of books during my lifetime. And I read books of Mahatma Gandhi, My Experiments with Truth. Then Barack Obama's The Dreams from My Father. Then Michelle Obama's memoir. So like that, so many memoirs. People are writing memoirs globally, especially the celebrities. And everybody has a place to live in this world. And I thought, let me work on my autobiography. But unfortunately, what happened? I had a brain stroke, and I had lots of challenges, and I was on the bed. Then I started recovering. Then again, I thought it's not possible for me to write my autobiography. Then I started working on a memoir, because memoir is a very a short aspect of the entire autobiography. So I thought, let me write a memoir, which is a very small one. So I thought of writing my memoir. And this book, this memoir talks about basically a few aspects. Main thing is my brain stroke. Second thing is my chronic back pain because of my continuous sitting and writing. And third thing is betrayal by my siblings and some of the relatives. So these are the three aspects I am covering in this memoir. Of course, there are other aspects also I will cover in this memoir. So I thought of writing this memoir, and I started writing this memoir around, I think, 6 months back. I started writing a memoir, and my right hand has been paralyzed, and I can't type with my right hand, and I can't eat with my right hand. So slowly I started typing with my left hand, and I wrote a small book, which is a memoir. So I thought, let me write a book like Alchemist, which is a short book. So because I can't write lengthy books in view of my health challenges, so I started writing a memoir, and I wrote a memoir, and I got endorsements for various thinkers globally. So I am also looking forward to a foreword from a eminent personality globally. So I am looking forward to various celebrities who can write a foreword for my book on a memoir. And there are some celebrities who have written forewords, like His Holiness Dalai Lama, the Nobel laureate has written a foreword, and the former Vice President of India has written a India. He wrote a foreword. So like that, so many eminent people from India and across the world, they have written forewords for my book. So this is the reason to write a book on a memoir, and apart from this, I made my debut as an author in the year 2010. Then I started writing books in different areas. I started as a non-fiction author, and I started. I first book was on personality development, self-help. Then again, I started writing books on teaching, training. Then again, education. Then executive education, diversity, mindfulness. Then I thought, let me work on two aspects. One is philosophy. Then again, philosophy is a very lengthy topic, which I am at to do a lot of research. Then I started writing about a memoir. So this is the reason for writing my own memoir. I want to share lots of challenges that I encountered in this book. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to test you for a second. In
Uh,
order, I have,
Oh, yeah, this book is here. I don't know to. Yeah, this book is here. Yeah, this book is also here. Yeah, behind. Yeah,
oh, there we go.
yeah,
I got it in light. So one of my favorites, strategies
yeah.
to
Yeah,
build women.
strategies to build women leaders, and I
Yes.
have signed up for hashtag he for she, and I emphasize women empowerment, and this book because this talks about diversity, and the good news is that this book received forward from former Vice President of India.
That's right.
Is
Okay.
so then oh, this also you're having. Oh my goodness, you're having lots of books, huh? Soft skills enhancing employability. Yeah, for this book,
Oops.
I'll tell you, Marshall Goldsmith has written a foreword for this book. Marshall Goldsmith
Yeah,
is a number one executive coach globally,
that's
and he
right.
has written a foreword for my book, Soft Skills Enhancing Employability.
So
And one more good news is that my Marshall Goldsmith has written a foreword for my the book to my two sons also. And I
so
met
Marsh,
Marshall
yeah,
Goldsmith.
you and Marshall Goldsmith,
Yeah, I
Vice
met
President of India.
I met Marshall Goldsmith. I met Marshall Goldsmith in Hyderabad in India with my two sons. So that's
Wow.
physically we met in India, in Hyderabad in India.
Yeah, you have some
I think
memories.
some
Like
yeah,
you have
yeah.
stories. We have to
So this
read this memoir.
yeah,
And
this
then
book is this is about soft leadership. The uniqueness of this book is that for this book I have dedicated this book to Peter Drucker, who is known as the father of modern management. And second uniqueness of this book is that Philip Kotler, who is known as father of modern marketing, has written a foreword for this book. And the third uniqueness is that Dave Ulrich, who is known as the father of modern HR, has created a 11C framework. And fourth
yep,
uniqueness of this book is that I am known as the father of soft leadership globally
that's right.
because I have published around more than 10 books on soft skills and soft leadership.
Right. So
Oh.
when I first started following you, and I remember, here you're going for walks around Seattle and
Yeah.
talking to people, and it was like, look it up, Father of Soft Leadership. Sure enough, look it up on Google. Now the internet's getting very flooded. First page, there you were, and just incredible. So much work, so many publications, well over
Yeah.
300 publications,
Yeah.
including like entrepreneur, so many.
I was a regular contributor for Entrepreneur magazine, which is a very reputed one.
Yes,
That's
yes,
one thing. Then I serve on the editorial boards of two international journals. One is JVPL of USA, and then second Emerald Journal, where I am the editorial board member. So lots of things, I have done it,
yeah.
but because of the health challenges, I have decreased my, I limited my activities because of the health challenges. Otherwise, I
So
would have, I would have done lots of things in the future, but
so
it's
much
okay. I'm
already accomplished, and on top of that, a hemorrhage. So a little brain hemorrhage might hold somebody back a little bit. It's understandable.
Uh,
Amazing that you're already in the 50 plus book range, over 300 well-known published articles. I mean, developing your own philosophies. We have so much to get into, and not even enough time. So why?
let me add. Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah.
And I published 300 research papers.
Yes.
Research papers.
Research
I
papers.
published
I'm sorry. Yes.
300 research papers I published
Yes.
globally, and I published more than 1,000 articles
Yes.
across the
Oh,
world. And I
yes.
was a regular contributor
Yes.
for Entrepreneur magazine and various other magazines. And
Yes.
like this, in the list is very lengthy, so I can't remember. But whatever is whatever the little information time we are having, I'm sharing with you.
Yes. And thank you for
Yeah.
that correction, because it is important to distinguish between those.
Mm.
And so also, I mean, the impact that you have, we get these glimpses in different countries. We have access to different things, which because I've been like, hey, I can't get access to this book. And you've been kind enough to share a couple chapters with me, because I might not be able to buy it on Amazon. And as you can see, I buy whatever I can.
Uh,
um, so I look forward to whatever I can get my hands on. And you're such an avid reader, because there are books that you reference that, it's not that it's all about your own work, right? I know another book that has come up. You talk about things that you care
Yeah,
about.
I like this book. Two books I like very much. One is The Art of War. It was written by Sun
Mm.
Tzu, okay, a military
Yep.
strategist, okay, Chinese author,
Hmm.
who wrote this book, The Art of the War. And second book I admire is was about Man's Search for Meaning.
Hmm.
Viktor Frankl, who wrote a book. He was put in the concentration camp during the Nazi regime,
Hmm.
and then he wrote a book, Man's Search for Meaning. And the second book I like is about The Art of War, a Chinese philosopher, and who wrote about the strategies and tactics. So these two
Hmm.
books, and of course, apart from these two books, and I read thousands of books during my lifetime. I
Hmm.
can't remember the number of books I read because I am already 62. More than thousands of books I have read, even some memoirs I read. Because the more I read, I get more ideas I get, the more knowledge I get. So the more I'll be able to write books. That's why, I keep reading books, memoirs, autobiographies, various kinds of books so that I can connect the dots and I
Hmm.
can create my own content.
Yeah.
So my years of knowledge speaks in my in my books.
Yeah, you're very introspective. You know, you take
Yeah.
you add to what you know and you evolve with that.
Yeah.
What was this moment? Why now? Why was it like, okay, right now is the right time to do the memoir?
What was the question? Sorry.
Why now? Why was the right timing right now to out of all the timeline to do the memoir? What like out of why
This,
today?
this movie memoir is timely and relevant because I would like to share my challenges in my life. And let me briefly explain about my journey. Actually, as I told you know, I wanted to write my own autobiography, but my health is not permitting currently. So I wrote a memoir highlighting three things. One is my brain stroke. Second thing is my back pain. I have chronic back pain. Third thing is how I was betrayed by my family members, siblings. So these are all the aspects I am covering in this memoir. And I would like to share how many challenges I encountered in my life. I was born on October 31st, 1963, in a tiny village in India. And It was a very tiny village, and we didn't have access for education. And I was born into a toxic family and grew up in a toxic environment. And English is not my native language, and I was not blessed with the convent education. So lots of challenges in those days, and lack of opportunities in India at that time. Now people have better opportunities in India, lots of opportunities. People are making money, but at that time where I was born, full of challenges, and there was a acute poverty, and I was born in that kind of family. So, and my father was alcoholic and litigant, and my mother was very toxic. So that kind of family I was born into it, but I can't do anything. Where I was born, that was not my decision. It was decision by God or destiny, whatever it is. So whatever it is. So precisely, I would like to share with the world that I blossomed from the mud like a lotus, right? So I blow, I that means I blossomed like a lotus from the mud of this toxic family member where I was born. So for 18 years I was at my home, but I was not willing to stay with my family members. But I had a dream to serve my country. So then I was very lean built and very short in height, and very lean, and I had asthma problem, health challenges in my childhood. At the age of 15, I slowly started hitting gym. Then again, at the age of 18, I joined Indian Air Force. So I joined Indian Air Force in the year 1982. It was a turning point in my life because luckily I came out of my toxic family, and I started evolving as a healthy citizen, and I started growing as a I developed a right mindset, and I started developing leadership leadership qualities. So 1982 February 4th, I joined in Air Force. My salary was around $5 in those days. It was very tiny amount, and I used to support my parents. Whatever the little money was available, I was receiving. I was supporting my parents, and I was a college dropout literally. Then again, after I did some training for around 15 months or so, then I was posted to different places in India because military life was very tough and challenging. And then I had to work in different time zones, in different places, different climatical conditions, because India was a very big country. sometimes rain, sometimes desert, sometimes greenery. So India is a country of contrast and different time zones and different aspects. I used to sometimes in the morning I would wake up and I had to work in the Indian Air Force. Then whatever the little time was available, that I was investing to acquire my qualifications. So that was the main thing. And I started right from my childhood. I had passion for education and learning, and I started acquiring qualifications through private education because I was a college dropout. And then after I joined the Indian Air Force, I used to go to libraries. In those days, lack of information, lack of internet, and lack of opportunities. So I used to go by bicycle to far distant places in the Indian Air Force to acquire knowledge. This was apart from my regular military duty. So you can imagine the kind of stress I was taking because I was passionate about acquiring knowledge, and books were not available, material was not available, lots of challenges. Every year 2 months we get annual leave from the Indian Air Force. That 2 months also I sacrificed by staying at in the military. Then I used to read books. Books were not available at that time. Then again I had to go to libraries by bicycle. Then I used to acquire material. Then I used to prepare notes. Then again I had to I had to appear for the examinations. So it was very tough life. First of all, military life was very challenging. That's was one thing. Second thing is time was very limited. Within that limited time, I was focusing on education. That was one thing. And second thing, I had to support my parents. And the third thing was I supported my sister. Sponsored one of my friends. So like that with limited money, I funded my family members, supported my family members. And with limited money, I used to acquire qualifications. So these are all the things helped me to become very strong and resilient. When the going gets tough, tough gets going. So I became very tough and resilient. And apart from that, I had some business setbacks. I served in the Indian Air Force for 12 years. Then I left Indian Air Force because I wanted uh, uh, to become an entrepreneur. Uh, but unfortunately, things didn't work out. Then I became an educator. So my life was, was not an easy thing. It was My life was full of very challenges, struggles, and I don't get any pension. I don't have any regular income. So lots of challenges. But despite all the challenges, I kept moving. The biggest blows in my life were that in 2007 I had business setbacks. That was one thing. Second blow was, which was more serious than that, was my brain stroke in the year 2021. So these two were the challenges I encountered in my life, and these are all the things I am sharing with the world. And apart from that, I don't have any guide, I don't have any mentor, I don't have any coach, and so lots of challenges. I was not given anything on a platter. I had to struggle every moment, and I had to knock the door. I created the doors. Then I have knocked the doors and opened the doors and explored the opportunities. Then I kept moving despite having challenges. So it is somewhat like hero's journey. My life is somewhat like hero's journey. So I thought of working a book on memoir. So far it's going on. How it happens and how it will turn, we can't predict because life is not a straight line. Life is not a cakewalk. Life is full of ups and downs. So anything can happen, and we never predicted that COVID will come, and then again the world has changed everything. The technology has changed. Things are changing so fast. But still, we have to be relevant. We have to be adaptable, so that we can add value and impact the humankind.
I agree that it is about those seeing those opportunities, right, as doors because if I read in one of your maybe in one of your articles that you would read by a lamppost light at night. Is that
Yeah, correct.
right?
Oh, you have
That you would
researched it.
actually
Correct.
like that's so you would choose to give up an hour of sleep. And so it was this incremental hour that you of investment that you decided to put into yourself that others chose not to do. So, it was this opportunity that you saw that that others just didn't see. So you actually you had this ability to see something. You had an ability to see these opportunities. Is
And thank
that
you, and thank you. I think you have researched a lot, and you have put it in a very polished language. Lamp post, you are telling. We used to call it as street light. So what happened?
interesting?
1982 February, I joined Indian Air Force, and we would wake up morning 4 o'clock, night 10 o'clock I sleep.
Mhm.
Night 4 o'clock we wake up every day in military. Night 10 o'clock we all soldiers sleep. What I did was after 10 o'clock all soldiers had to sleep at 10 o'clock. Then what I did was 10 o'clock I used to go to street lamp, what you call it, lamp post or something you call it.
Yeah,
So
street
for
light.
one
Yes, yes.
hour, I 1 hour I used to read when I was
Yeah,
in the military itself, that too in the year 1982, during the training itself. So you can
yeah,
understand how much I have sacrificed my life. Morning
yeah,
4 o'clock, I would wake up, and night 10 o'clock, I would sleep. Then night 10 to 11, that means 1 hour, again I would read in the lamp post because we were not allowed to sleep. So I used to go to lamp post, then I used to read because I was very curious. I was passionate about education and learning. So
yeah.
life was very tough. And at that time, what happened? One of the soldiers committed suicide at that time because of the
Wow,
stress. Uh, it was very
wow.
challenging. So
Yeah.
so the so I have seen lots of challenges. I have seen people who died in front of me. So
Wow.
I'm not scared of death in any way because I have seen lots of challenges in my life. So I become very resilient. I believe in the slogan that this too shall pass. That's what I believe. If things, problems come and go. So then again, we have to keep moving.
Mhm.
So that kind of mindset I have developed. So as you put it in a American language, lamp post. Yes, I used to read in the lamp post. That too in the year 1982 when I joined Indian Air Force. So you can imagine the kind of pain I have taken during the training. Even after training also, then again, 2 months of annual leave that I utilized for education and learning, and I didn't have right funds also because in those days we were getting very limited salaries from the military. So we used to go to libraries to get the information. Now lot of information is available, information overload, lots of opportunities, but in those days there was a lack of information. There
Yeah.
was no Google, no internet search engines, so we had to depend on books. I used to prepare my own notes. That too, I was not posted in one place. I was posted in different places in India. Sometimes
Mhm.
in desert, sometimes in rainy season, sometimes in different parts of India. I traveled. So, but still, I coped up and I acquired qualifications. So, whenever I wanted to, whenever I want to appear for examinations, the exams will be postponed or cancelled. Then again, I would go to go and appear for the examinations. So, like that, 7 qualifications I earned through private education. People might think that I acquired my qualifications from Cambridge or Harvard or Kellogg's, but the fact is that I was a college dropout. I'm a self-learner. I learnt of my own, acquired my qualifications of my own, and I don't have any godfather. I don't have any father to support. I don't have any godfather to support. Everything I had to do of my own.
Yeah. You weren't afraid to go out on a limb and do things differently and take your own path. And
Yeah.
that is that risk taker side of you that you were just you're going for what you needed to do. So out of all of these incredible experiences, which one would you say was the kind of the most significant or taught you the most?
In the sense,
Which experience in your life do you feel like taught you the most?
experience means you are talking about military or non-military or business. There are different
Um,
segments of my life because I
yeah,
am a multifaceted personality. Because I was
you
a
are.
soldier.
You
I was a
are.
soldier. I was a soldier. Then I was an entrepreneur. Then I was an educator. Now I'm an author. Now I'm a philosopher. I'm a logo
Mhm,
while. So like that, I kept I kept moving from one place to another area, and
mhm.
I traveled different areas. I cracked books in different types of books. I didn't stick to one particular genre. I kept moving, whatever the opportunities were available, I was grabbing and kept moving. So it's one way it's good, one way it's bad. uh, One way it's good means I explored different areas and experienced and enjoyed my life. But then again, it's bad in the sense I never stick to one particular domain. It's because of the destiny or whatever it is.
Yeah. I mean, you follow where your heart and your curiosity go, and we do evolve as people, and so I think it's a realistic way as the world is also changing. So you're
Yeah,
adaptable. You're an
yeah.
adaptable person, which I think is really important. So out of your memoir comes out. What would you like for people to take away from this book? What are the lessons that you would really like for us to get from it?
See, lots of takeaways from this book. The thing is, you should be very much resilient because life throws curveballs. So what you have to do is you have to embrace change. You have to embrace vulnerability. You have to embrace technology, and you have to embrace failures. These are all the basic messages and core messages I can share with everyone. And you don't get things on a platter. This is what I'm thinking. People might think, when somebody is successful, people say, he got it easily. No, nobody gets success that easily. Everything comes at a cost. So success comes only when you follow your passions, and when you experiment, when you fail, then again you learn, then again you keep moving, then again you adapt, then again you have to grow, then again you are likely to fail and fall, then again you have to bounce back. So life is a series of lessons. You have to learn lessons and you have to keep moving. But at the end of the day, you have to be very much optimistic in life, because optimism is everything. If you are optimistic, what happens? One day is your day, and definitely you will add value and impact. So you have to be very much optimistic in your life. Only then, only then you feel very happy that yes, I have done something, and because everybody is born and everybody die. But what we have to do is that we have to do our best as far as possible, uh, so that we can help people and make a difference and impact. So these are the aspects I am sharing with everyone. For instance, I started Vision 2030 1 million global leaders, which is a non-profit one. And that too, I don't have money also, but still I am doing it. The best thing I can do is that time. Time is the main thing. Even if you don't have money, Still you can help people only thing by investing your time. People often what that called people find excuses for not doing the things. But if you are very much keen, and when you are passionate about helping the people, then you find the ways and means to find time to help people and impact. And you can serve communities, societies. You can become a volunteer. You can invest your time, and you can add value. And everybody is not blessed with money. So very few people are blessed with money, so they do a lot of philanthropic activities. But majority of the people, they don't have money. They may not be having too much of money. So what they can do is that you can find their time, they can serve the people, communities, they can add value and impacts. So like that, you can do it. Then this Vision 2030, I started. Physically, I have trained more than 30,000 students free of cost.
Mm.
So you can
That's
imagine the
amazing.
kind of impact I have made.
Yeah.
My vision is to build 1 million students as global leaders by 2030.
Mhm.
Then again, COVID struck and things have changed. There is a total disruption globally. Things have changed. Then again, I am reinventing. Now things are online. Earlier, things were physical. Physically, I was training. Now, online, I am sharing. Now, I am sharing my knowledge by 4 blogs on social media platforms, and by writing books, or by various social media platforms. I am sharing my knowledge. So this is what we can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can always find that creative moment to have an opportunity, and I feel like it's that, not only just resilience, but you are, kind of, relentless in your pursuit of optimism and
Yeah,
creation. So
yeah.
yeah, I love that. So we're really looking forward to this, and so it'll be this year, right? We'll see the memoir be coming out soon, and hopefully be able to celebrate that with you soon. Is there anything that you have left to share with us about your memoir? Anything left that you want to close us out with?
Yeah, I think we have covered most of the points, but three things that resonate in my life. One thing is, uh, I visit temples. I believe in spiritual leadership. When I was in Seattle, also I went to temples in India or Malaysia. I visit temples wherever I go. That's one thing. I believe in spiritual leadership. Second thing is, I visit libraries. Even in Seattle, I went a couple of libraries. Physically, I went to libraries to acquire knowledge and to get acquainted with various kinds of people in America, and I connected the dots. That is through library leadership. So the third thing is that I go to gym regularly. So for 40 years, I am going to gym. So these three are the co- connecting points. First thing is uh, visiting temples, emphasizing spiritual leadership. Second thing is library leadership. That means I visit libraries, whether I am in USA or in India. I have passion for continuous learning. Third thing is I go to gym every day. I go to gym, and I do workout. So these are the three basic things, and I do a lot of other things. But these three are the basic things that resonate my characteristics and qualities in my life. And because of this because of the health only, I recovered. Because I had a brain stroke in the year 2021. People thought that I won't survive, but I survived because of my positive psychology, and because of the power of subconscious mind, and because of my mm, inner power. Then I bounced back. Doctors thought that I won't survive. That's one thing. I proved them wrong. Second thing, doctors thought that I won't be able to get up from the bed because I was paralyzed. Then I proved them wrong. then then I started walking, right? So everything happens for a reason. All that happens for a good. So let us be very optimistic. And age is just a number. Usually, when someone gets a brain stroke after 50, it's very challenging. And I got brain stroke at the age of 57. It was the most challenging. That too during the second lockdown in India. And I was shifted to three ambulances. We didn't have money, and luckily, my younger son in USA, in Seattle, he sent money immediately and supported, and my wife also supported, my elder son also supported. So, because of that, we survived. So, so this is all the life is full of challenges. So only thing is you should never ever give up, and challenges will be there. It's part of life. Only thing you have to manage the challenges. You have to manage the external threats. Then you have to convert threats into opportunities, and you have to keep moving. You don't get things on a platter. I'm very sure.
That's true. That is very true. Well, thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. And we are absolutely cheering you on. And I have a whole pile over here.
Uh, yeah,
So, you
yeah.
know,
You
it's
can see my books inside now. Yeah, you have a huge collection of physical books. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. You can see my books behind. Now I can't leak out. I can't
Yeah, you
show
can't
you.
you can't fan them all out.
No, no.
But I also read a lot online
You
and
can
follow
see
you on YouTube.
you can see all my books behind. Now
You
I can't take out.
you'd
So,
need a whole group of people behind you holding books.
55 books I published means you can imagine that too within a span of 15 years. 5 years I have
Wow.
published. Within that 4 years I was on the bed. I was not. I had brain stroke. If I didn't have the brain stroke, then probably I could have published more books, and probably I would have impacted globally. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. The good news is that I survived and I'm happy, and
Yeah.
I'm making a difference. I'm very happy.
You are, and they really are the type of read that I think is appropriate for everyone. When I'm reading this, I just think it's so applicable to pretty much all audiences, regardless of what the title says, even if it's strategies to build women leaders globally. I think it's good for both men and women to read. All of these books are applicable to
Yeah,
everyone. So
yeah,
highly recommend people check these out. They're easy reads, and there are so many great quotes and pieces of wisdom in here that
yeah,
will make you feel empowered, make you feel like you have something actionable too. You give a lot of really great actionable tips. So
yeah.
it's not just philosophy. You're actually
Mm.
very, very actionable as well. So appreciate all that you do for your community and which is pretty much the entire world. So thank you so much and look forward to chatting with you soon.
Sure, sure. Really, I enjoyed this conversation, which is very pleasant, and I appreciate your passion. I appreciate your curiosity. Even I too have a lot of curiosity because I will ask so many questions. Sometimes people get irritated, annoyed, but I keep asking so many questions because I'm very curious by nature, and you are also very curious. And second thing is that you are very passionate about adding value and impacting. That's the second thing. And of course, money is something that comes and goes. That is different. But we are living in this world with a purpose, and we should
Yes,
provide meaning to our life.
yes, yes. Well, with that, thank you so much and have a
With
great day
with gratitude. Thank you.
with gratitude.